Hey everybody, it is the guy who said he wouldn't let the Asian person die because he himself is Asian.
That's a racist!
That was racist.
Yeah, that's racist!
To my defense, and I'm not even gonna use the time of night that I'm in right now as an excuse for this, okay? I was waiting for it to come closer. I did not know it would just skip to that. I don't know if it'll look like that, but to me it felt like it skipped a frame and got me. I was waiting for it to get closer to fire. I knew it was in range. I could have fired sooner, but I felt it was a little too far. Maybe that's just my bad depth perception, but oh God, it just hurts. Because it's Kaitlyn, the person who I was complaining we didn't get enough of, is now dead. This is just typical, man. When I play these games, it's honestly the characters I enjoy less that make it through. Look, Dylan and Ryan were still good. Max and Laura, kind of. I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen to them. But Dylan and Ryan are fine. And like, I was also stuck between that rock and a rock place. Because I was thinking like, oh my God, if she shoots, she kills, and oh boy, like who is that gonna be? Is that gonna be Caleb? Is that gonna be the... It's not the White Wolf, but it was either gonna be Caleb or Nick or even Max. You know what? I really should have ignored it, especially since I've made up my mind that I wasn't going to kill the werewolves anyway, so what would have been the point of grabbing that silver shell? We're nowhere near where the white werewolf is. I'm like using meta knowledge for whatever reason, and then imposing it into this situation because they're hunting the white werewolf in a different area of the map. But then a part of me also felt fear for Emma's life, which I don't know why. But I was afraid that like Emma being alone there would get her killed. No, I shouldn't have, it was dumb. I should not have gone for the ammo. The shell. I shouldn't have gone for the shell. Inquisitive, accusatory. How did you do it? What happened 6 years? Let's go inquisitive.
So what exactly happened 6 years ago?
There was a fire that wiped out dozens of people, and now there's werewolves and a ghost that roams the woods looking for her lost baby boy. Which I've just put together is Silas. Oh shit.
It's a long story.
No, it's not. There was a fire. Silas, the wolf boy, escaped, bit a bunch of your family. You failed to stop him.
Burn.
What happened in the past doesn't matter right now.
It kind of does, actually.
Yeah,
we need to know what we're up against, at least.
What we're up against is a feral boy turned werewolf who for the last 6 years has avoided being found. No matter what we did. Every full moon we were out there looking. Every single one. Now the son of a bitch is finally here. So what we're up against is my only chance to end this thing for good.
So how do you even know where he is? How the hell are we gonna find him just driving down the middle of the road?
Is that it? I don't know. Is that white? Is he out? Did he get knocked out? Take the wheel, grab the gun, take the wheel.
Travis! Travis, get it together, come on!
Shit, is his foot on the accelerator? Oh!
Wait, I got it, just get down!
There we go.
Where did he go? He can't have just disappeared.
He's gotta be nearby.
Did it just escape? I thought we hit it. Oh great, get out of the car.
Let's look around.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, he is crazy.
Are we there yet?
You're okay.
Been better, but yeah.
Over here. Got some blood.
All right, RoboCop.
Leads through there.
Yeah, but is that the White Wolf? Am I missing something, guys? Like, I think I'm losing track of time. Okay.
What the hell happened back here? Whoa.
This is where we went off the road 2 months ago.
You're trying to decide if you should shoot me in the head right now.
What?
Go ahead. If that's what you want, I won't stop you.
She's
What?
killed people for less. What? Why would you do that now, though? Like, what's the point in that? What?
Normally, I'd have werewolf's blood cover our scent, but I'm all out, so we're high risk. We could be killed. You ready to end this?
So here's the thing, like, she has no reason to be bitter because Max, to her knowledge, is still alive. I would like to choose bitter just because I'm contrarian, but let's just do determined because, yeah, she's hyped. She loves
fucking
killing.
do this.
She's a killer.
Go team.
Brandis, watch over us.
God damn, this place has got some uncool vibes.
Podcast didn't do it justice.
You don't know the half of it.
This is where I saw her.
Her?
I thought Max hit her, but then I was out here and she was something else.
Who?
The woman, the old woman, she was saying something over and over again. Oh my god, she was saying Silas.
No, that's impossible who you're talking about.
I saw her too.
Yeah, she's not
In
dead.
the run tunnels.
It's Eliza Voorhees. Silas's mother. I think.
And she's still kicking. Annoyed, you think? Probing.
Who was she?
She ran a traveling sideshow called Harem Scarum. Came here 6 years back. She kept her son in a cage. Called him Silas, the Wolf Boy. Died in a fire. Some say she never left.
What caused the fire?
The Hag of Hackett's Quarry.
We've been looking for Silas ever since.
How did the fire start? Really? You're still hiding stuff now?
You blew half the head off my niece, Kaylee Hackett.
I know.
One of the kindest, gentlest souls to ever walk this earth.
God damn it.
All she wanted to do was help that little boy. Locked in a cage by that freak show witch.
What did she do?
Oh boy.
She just wanted to help him.
Travis.
She convinced Caleb to start a fire. It was just a distraction. It's May bales. Give him enough time to get Silas out of his cage and give him his freedom.
That's not what happened.
No. Because within minutes, everybody was dead. You ever see Hayburn? Eliza? Whole crew. Kaylee managed to get Silas to freedom. But Caleb got bit in the process.
Okay, two things here. First off, 3 a.m. in the morning. Congratulations, folks. We did it. We folksy. What?
You are dumb, unattractive, overweight.
I wonder if there's a way where she doesn't kill Kaylee, right? Because we didn't have, at least not to my knowledge, a way to stop that from happening. She just sort of popped off. She saw where that werewolf was, capped it, you know, pop, pop, landed in the pool, and then she vamoosed. She didn't even check to see what she shot. She just shot the werewolf and bailed. So I wonder if there's a way to change that outcome where she doesn't kill Kaylee. It'll have to be something for me personally to explore on my own. The second thing, so I mean, let's think about that for a second. 2016, kids in a cage. You wouldn't see that. Like, I know it's just a game and it's just their wacky, zany story. But I mean, there needs to be some possibility, I would think. Like, the police would have stopped that stuff. Like, what the fuck? What are we talking about here? What are you doing here, guys? That's a weird plot premise, which is a shame because I've been really praising this plot premise as you've known and watched. Not sure how I feel about that. Okay, we got reflective here. That's why you've been haunting him. We could just kill Caleb. She's a psycho. She has her first taste of blood after killing Kaylee. Which, again, another weird stuff, okay? She killed Kaylee, and she was like, it's not human, it's a werewolf. No, dude, it's both. Like, what are you talking about? It's like, you wait till tomorrow, and it's like a person. Like, they're a person. What do you mean just a werewolf? And now, ever since she blown a cap in his mother's face, she's like, I just want to kill stuff. I love killing. I'm a killer. Let's just go reflective here.
That's why you've been hunting him. Silas, I mean.
Every full moon for 6 fucking years.
Some hunter you are.
Gee, Jesus Christ. Then again, you are a stone-blooded killer, so.
This is all that's left.
Jesus Christ.
Have you not thought to check back here?
Any sign?
Negative.
Damn, I never saw any of this.
I didn't even know this was here.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. That got me.
Shit. I'm sorry, that was...
Close. We must be close.
Did you both...
See it too?
Kinda wish I hadn't.
Same.
I didn't see nothing. I was very manly there. Very machismo. Very masculine. I was not scared. Could you imagine if these characters could talk back to the player? All the shit they'd say to me.
What is it?
Silas the dog boy.
That must be it. Careful.
Jesus Christ.
My God.
Is that all? Is that a white werewolf? I guess it looks lighter than the rest.
What's wrong?
Yeah, what's wrong?
What are you waiting for?
Shoot, you stupid girl!
Ray's gun? Ray's gun?
Are you sure about this?
Shoot.
There we go. We got it. Oh, it has red eyes.
Please, let's just go before we have to see him like that in human form.
It's too late for that.
Why didn't... Oh, I'm so... Oh, this is so interesting. Okay, well, let's see what happens next. Oh, here she is. I was like, why didn't the narrator cut in there? Uh-oh.
I bet you think you have it all figured out. I bet you think you're fucking clever. I tried to help you. I tried to warn you. I even started to like you. Not now. Not after this. I will not forget what you made them do to my Silas. I've been with you all night, and I'm not about to stop now just because the night's come to an end. No. Whenever you hear a noise in the dark, a whisper from the shadows, the breath on the back of your neck, that's gonna be me. I'll be there. Now I will never leave you. I'll never leave you.
I love her performance. She brings it. Love it. But does that mean everyone else is cured? But I also cannot wait to play this by not killing Silas and like helping her out. That's gonna be fun.
Come follow me into a place where the fear is gone and the worries fade away. 'Cause it's a brand new day. I've got you and you got me. The sun is bright and the air is free, so let's go. Oh, throw the map out the window. You got me.
Uninjured, Bobby was able to fend off an attack from Chris, his brother, in werewolf form. Thanks to Bobby fending off a werewolf, Chris Jed survived the attack at Hackett House. Chris was killed when his favorite counselor Ryan shot him with silver. Yep. Laura shot Constance's face on the struggle. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Chris Hackett's daughter Kaylee was shot and killed by Laura. Yep. That happened as well. I don't know how to change that. That'd be, oh my god, Abigail. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Avoided Jacob was freed from Hackett's basement and survived the night. Lived. Yeah, Laura killed Silas, Nick's werewolf. Yeah, so okay, it worked. What? Yep, she's alive. In the surveillance room. Good for you, Emma. Dylan alive. Survived the night by taking refuge in the kitchen. That was Caleb. Oh shit. Caleb returned to his human form permanently when Silas was killed. Yikes. Travis survived the encounter with Silas and finally saw an end to the curse that haunted his family for 6 years. Ryan was cured of the werewolf infection. He shot Chris and managed to survive the showdown with the White Wolf. Laura killed Silas with curing every infected person who survived the night. Laura killed Silas, the dog boy in the nest. The curse of Hackett's Quarry is broken. And we did it all without burning down the house. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure about the by the by, like isn't it kind of wonky, the people who got to live and die?
Summer camp tragedy. Freak bear attack leaves several dead. What do you make of that, Anton?
I love that term, several. Like, the detectives are just, they don't even count the bodies. They're not like 1, 2, they're like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you know what? It's several murders.
You know, it might be a tactic, though. They can't give out that information yet. Sometimes detectives are notoriously difficult to solicit information from, especially when you go in saying, "Hi, I'm a paranormal expert."
I thought we'd done the whole Hackett's Quarry thing.
Not this Hackett's Quarry thing.
What was this, like 3 months ago? Old news, dude.
Anton, introductions first. We are Bizarre Yet Bonafide, the podcast of the paranormal. I'm Grace.
And I'm Anton.
And together, we explore the possibility of supernatural involvement in real-life, everyday occurrences.
And that's exactly what they are. Real-life, everyday occurrences.
With a shadow of spiritual, supernatural occurrences.
No.
Okay, so I hope you've got hat insurance, Anton, because I'm about to blow your mind.
Did you just ask if I had hat insurance?
Yes, it's responsible to insure those things which mean the most to you.
A hat.
Yes.
Okay, I know where your priorities lie. Go on.
Anyway, there actually is a real reason that we're coming back to Hackett's Quarry. There've been some developments, and I've sourced some information.
I remain skeptical, but I'm all ears. Under my hat.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Oh God, why? Why are you smiling? Stop it, I hate it.
Why? I had braces. I have to make use of them sometimes.
You do have very pretty teeth.
Thank you. That's something that a lot of podcast listeners might not know about me. So, it just so happens I've got someone on the inside. So today's episode is going to have a bit of a show and tell vibe to it.
Who do you know on the inside? The inside of where?
What?
You know someone on the inside?
Don't we all have someone on the inside? You know, an inner critic that says, stop doing a podcast, no one's listening.
You should listen to that voice, Grace.
Okay, well, what I really meant is, let's call it an anonymous donation. You know, we're not the only ones who flagged this as a bizarre situation. Someone actually reached out to us. They sent us a package.
Did you didn't open it? I don't trust anyone who listens to this show.
Oh, I couldn't wait to open it. Surprise!
Anonymous donation?
Okay, you've always promised me since day one of this podcast that if you could see true evidence, you will consider all options, right? Did you not say that?
I did say that, yes.
I mean, I know
knowing for a fact that we would never see any evidence, I did say that.
Okay, well, we've been sent information and we need to decide whether it's bizarre or bona fide.
Okay, fine. Let's do this. For anyone listening at home, we are about to open a package from a mysterious person who listens to this show. If you are the one who sent us whatever it is, congrats, you got us.
Sorry, the tape is just really, there's just so much tape on the package. Sorry, can you help me with this? Do you have like a key I could like slice at it with?
No, I don't want you to dull my key. Just use your fingers.
But just give me your fucking key, Anton.
No.
Give me your fucking key.
No. Get your own key.
It's not like you lock your door.
Of course I lock my door.
What are you hiding?
What am I hiding? Do you not lock your doors?
No, I have nothing to hide.
You think that ghosts are real, but you don't lock your doors?
No, ghosts couldn't open my doors. They could walk through my walls, Anton.
Okay, you need to be more concerned with murderers.
So, remember those missing hikers?
Yeah.
What if I showed you leaked photos from one of their cameras, photos that show them at Hackett's Quarry, supposedly where the camera was found?
I would think that maybe they went there and they dropped their camera.
Okay, Anton, let me ask you real quick. What makes you drop your camera?
Tripping over a root, being jostled, in uneven row of cobblestones.
What about being murdered? If you dropped your phone, you wouldn't go missing. Where are they now?
I don't know. People get lost in the woods all the time. There's like hundreds of people a year. They could be anywhere.
That's not all.
No?
I'm about to lay a little something else on you. My sources also tell me that their backpacks were found at the summer camp.
Really? Then, okay, well then, shouldn't this be public knowledge? Why aren't the Hackett's prime suspects?
Exactly my point. Maybe they would be if anyone knew where they were. Is it all just a big cover-up operation?
Yeah, that's where it falls apart a bit, in my opinion.
So, we've got to talk a little more about the Hackett family.
Right, so these guys are like the heritage landowners, right?
Yep. Their great-great-great-grandparents were trappers who claimed the land way back when.
They just claimed it?
Yes, they did. They put their flag on it just like the man on the moon.
The Hackett family flag, right.
Well, apparently when they claimed it, they found quartzite.
Quartzite?
Okay, I was hoping you would ask. Fun fact, every building in the whole of New York is made of quartzite.
That's not fun or a fact.
Most of them are, but I digest.
Digress?
It was a pun. They dug the quarry and hit great heights of success before Septimus Hackett, classic bad guy name, the seventh son of the trappers, the number 7 has great supernatural powers, closed the mine down.
Okay, so then they only had the land to live off.
Yes, you say only, but this land actually spans acres. That's a lot of forest, a lot of unexplored darkness.
Ooh, okay, a great place to hide, to have all these dark secrets for this strange, reclusive family.
And this is where we start to get a little more into paranormal territory.
Okay, here we go.
Acres and acres of haunted woods.
If you say so.
Welcome back to Bizarre Yet Bonafide. Anton, today I'm actually going to pass you some light reading.
Okay, you're gonna make me read this? All right, this is...
What you're seeing now is a copy of a letter that Kaylee Hackett wrote to her grandma. Allegedly.
All right, this seems like more of a you job, but I suppose I can read this.
I feel like if some of the evidence comes from your mouth, it will have more clout.
Right, okay, here we go. Gammy, how long we gonna drag this shit out? I know family is the most important thing, but I want to know what's outside the forest, outside this damn house and camp, and I sure as hell know that ain't about to happen 'cause of who we are. Maybe we can explain what's going on. Fucking show people. Then they'll know we got no control over it. I know you just trying to protect us, but one day you won't be here no more, and right now it feels like we stuck in a dark hole. I can't sleep, Gammy, or if I do, I dream about that fucking fire. We were just dumbass kids back then. I wish it never happened. Love, K, XOXO. That took a turn.
Yes. Dream about that fucking fire. Does that not read as the haunted scribblings of someone who saw something that they shouldn't have seen?
Yeah, no, I'm fully creeped out.
She was clearly going through some stuff.
And this is legit?
I mean, I don't know why someone would fake it. Then again, I can't verify any of this. So, you've got to suspend your disbelief slightly.
Man, this poor girl.
Yeah, there was something going on, something eating away at her, and that's what I want to explore.
Okay, well, consider my disbelief suspended. For now.
So, I don't think that's going to be a problem for this next one.
Oh God, why? Holy shit, this is a cease and desist letter.
And it's addressed to us.
Dude, why didn't you tell me about this?
Well, it was never actually sent.
That's mad shit, fam.
What?
Signed by Travis Hackett.
We're not doing anything illegal.
Aren't we?
Think about it.
I guess it wasn't technically sent to us.
Cease and desist letters come from people hiding stuff.
Okay.
And next we have this empty vial thing.
Now, to me, empty implies that it was once full.
Samesies.
Bloodstains, maybe? Filled with blood?
Looks that way.
Freaky. Some kind of ritual thing?
Do I detect a hint of belief?
Love a good ritual. Kinda fucked up that these guys know who we are, though.
Okay. Anton, what you see next pretty much confirms it.
That you're a crackpot conspiracy theorist, a loser?
Shit went down at Hackett's Quarry this summer. Real, supernatch shit.
See, you always say things like this, and you're always overselling it.
You always have to oversell something to even sell it. That's capitalism, baby.
All right.
Okay, this is actual footage from one of the trail cams in Hackett Woods.
Oh, cool, a camera in the middle of the woods? Did they find a squirrel?
Be honest, if it was mounted on a mountain bike, you would watch that whole video.
Yes, of course. Is there a mountain bike involved?
No, but take a look anyways.
Okay. That is a bear?
That is a bear to you? There is no way that is a bear.
Okay, well, a skinny bear?
Okay, this could be some of the clearest footage of something like this I've ever seen.
Right, it's kind of blurry though.
Blurry and convincing. Sometimes the truth can't be contained within the lines.
Right, yeah. And also, footage is pretty easy to fake. Technology is super scary.
Yeah, but what the hell were the Hackett's doing with footage like this anyways?
Huh. That's a good point. Weird little video of a skinny bear. Yeah, I don't know.
Again, you keep saying a skinny bear. Have you seen a skinny bear?
Yes, that's
Bears
very
are
sad.
huge. Oh.
Yeah, polar bears, it's hard for them to find food sometimes. Don't feel too bad for them, though. They're nasty.
Okay, but putting the Hackett family aside for a moment, there's more to this. Are you ready for some real spooky shit?
I'm ready for real spooky shit. I don't know if you can provide it, but please try.
Don't get too freaked out.
I'll try my hardest.
Okay, do you want to hold my hand?
No.
Okay, do you need someone to comfortingly pat your back?
Please, just say what you're gonna say.
Do you want me to turn all the lights on so you don't
I don't
get
want
too
you to do
scared?
anything. I want you to say what you have.
Actually, you might be a little freaked out at this.
Ugh. Is that skin?
Skin, fur, whatever you want to call it, really.
It looks human. Wait. Is it?
Apparently, it belongs to whatever creature supposedly caused all this.
Do we have the actual thing? Can I see it in the flesh, so to speak?
No, just the photo. Whoever got in touch was smart enough to not risk actually stealing evidence.
Convenient that we can't see the real deal, huh?
Come on, man.
Just saying.
So this next thing to me isn't overtly supernatural, but it'd be unfair not to discuss it.
Okay, so far I wouldn't describe any of it as overtly supernatural, but sure, let's do this.
Claw marks.
Wow, you're right. That is underwhelming.
But I'm kind of interested because whoever did reach out thought it was worth sharing.
Grace, it's highly likely this is all just an elaborate prank.
True, but if I treated everything like that, then I wouldn't have a job.
Fair point, I guess. Okay, you know what? It's weird. I'll give you that.
Oh my god.
I just said it was weird. Don't make a big deal out of it.
Oh my god, I've done it.
You haven't done anything. I said it was weird.
I've done it. I've turned you. I've converted you to my side. You're a believer now, right?
I will never be on your side.
I won. I won.
You did not win.
This is a contest and I have prevailed.
You have not. Look, I just mean I can see it. The lack of details in the news report and this stuff. I don't know, whatever it means, there's merit to the idea that something strange went down.
Strange. Interesting word choice. So, what are you saying?
Shut up.
Come on.
No.
Give me what I want.
I'm not giving you anything.
You've practically given it. Just give me the succinct soundbite I so desperately long for.
Okay, I never agreed to this title, but I would agree that for the first time ever, this case could well be bizarre yet bona fide.
This is the best day of my life.
And that's sad.
Why? Is it not yours?
No.
So what now?
We gotta send this stuff to the police. They can decide whether it's useful or not.
I just wish we could know more. I wish we could just look into a crystal ball and see how it all played out.
Yeah, but what fun would that be? Sure, we could speculate, but we weren't there. We didn't go through what these kids went through. There's no way we'll ever really know what truly went down at Hackett's Quarry.
Who the fuck even are you?
I'm being genuine.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
You just launched into precisely the kind of content I've been trying to make.
It's just the first time we've had a coherent thought on this podcast.
That was interesting. I like how they have a podcast to go ahead and go over your evidence. That's definitely interesting. I don't know why they wouldn't just give you another scene where they just talk about it. You know, it's always hard to sort of end games like these because there's so many different endings, right? I don't know. I think I just find it a little underwhelming that when you collect evidence, it becomes a podcast. I think it's interesting, but to only it be a podcast, like what? I don't know. I don't feel like that's earned in the sense that I don't feel like there's a good payoff. It's earned, but there's no payoff, and the ending itself was kind of underwhelming. But look, it's It's 3:30, okay? 3:30 in the goddamn morning. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I will marinate on what we just saw by editing and doing a bunch of stuff. I recorded a lot of episodes in one day, so I'll have enough time to sort of sit with it and go over it. And then I will do my due diligence and play a little bit more. But initial impressions, okay? I'll just give you my initial impressions because I do want to talk about this more. Dialogue could have used some work. Characterizations could have used some work. It's hard to judge aspects of scene for a multiple, choice game because it really sometimes depends on the choices you make. It depends on the scenes you get. So it's hard for me to really talk about that without having played the game multiple times. But again, initial impressions, I'd say it's a little lacking toward the end. I feel like there's a lot of gaps in the end. I'd say the plot is very interesting. So that's a thing for me. I really like interesting plots. Like, I love corny movies. I love gory movies. But what I love about them are good premises. If they're gory and it's just not a fun premise, obviously I'm not gonna like it. If it's obviously, yeah, like me that way. Or if it's a horror movie and it's corny, but it has a good premise, I find that fun. It has a bad premise, it's boring, and I don't care for it. This for me has a good premise, and I was really interested in it. This is a fun game, and I do like how different it is than the Dark Pictures. So that is my initial impressions. Liked it. Was a lot of fun. Good for friends and family. Good for ages 4 and up. But I'll give you a more in-depth analysis of it in a little bit. So I will see you in a half a second your time, a couple of days my time.
Share an opinion. Share an opinion. Share an opinion right now. Just off the top of your head. Share an opinion. Anything. Just one opinion. That's all I'm asking. Share one opinion right now. Share
I don't have an opinion, and that's why I just like everything that everyone else likes in pop culture.
Everyone, this is Jan from the future. Not a couple of hours from now, not a couple of days from now, a couple of weeks from now. Yes, I have played the Quarry a couple of times now, and instead of giving you my dissertation, I will just give you some finishing thoughts, some closing thoughts. I do appreciate you sticking around for this long. Normally people don't hang out at the last winding, dying embers of a video, but you did, so I just want to say appreciate you. Thank you for that. Also, if I sound weird, it's because I am sick. I have a cold and I'm dying, and that's just my life right now. But I wanted to make this video because it's been a while. I actually finished this game a couple of weeks ago, and I've just been really lagging it, and my channel's kind of dying, so want to put something up, and I feel a little better, and so now I'm telling you that. And now I will give you my closing thoughts. So, what do I think about this game? Well, having played it a couple of times now, the allure has rubbed off a bit, and I've been able to break out of the spell that is this new aesthetic. But without going too deep into it, I'll just say I have a couple of points that I want to make. Because it's my channel, it's my video, I get to decide. When they say people have died from the common cold, I believe it. Hey, I have a thing. I have complaints, because who doesn't? So here's just a couple of pet peeves that I have, and again, I don't want to go too deep into it. If you want me to go crazy and make a video essay about the Quarry, I will. But let me know if you're interested in that. Otherwise, I think I'll just keep it to this. I'm immensely curious why they chose to go with 2K as their producer rather than just sticking with Bandai? Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm just curious. Can I find that right now? Can I find that information? I have a point, guys. I have a point. I'm not just rattling on and sprattling. I've got points to make. Okay, so I'm not too sure why they went with 2K. So the reason I bring that up is because, relatively speaking, this game isn't that far of a departure from the Dark Pictures. So there's a lot of old and archaic design decisions that they've made, especially when it comes to replayability, that still exist here. And in terms of just story structure and story elements, a lot of it's the same. I would say the writing in general is a bit better in the Quarry than it is in the Dark Pictures. I keep calling it the Dark Pictures. It's the Dark Pictures anthology. So please excuse me, forgive me for my insolence. Because looking back at it now, having played it a couple of times, to some things that you may have noticed as well in your playthroughs or in your watching that are kind of innocuous. Remember when I was doing episode 1 and I said, like, how wouldn't it be cool if we could not just track where our characters were in the map, but how that would affect the story and certain outcomes and things like that. But really it was just more of like a GPS location than an actual game mechanic. So in that sense, there's nothing there. As far as like items and collectibles and notes, I'm gonna be real with you, because I can't be fake. The items, the collectibles, and the notes, they're insignificant to the larger scheme of the game. So interestingly, early on in the game, there's like this notion or this inclination, maybe even leaning toward the idea that you could collect evidence and things that'll help you get out of trouble. Like for whatever reason, you could be arrested later, and so you need evidence that will help you get out of a jam or explain the situation that you were in. So you need to collect all these evidences, you need to collect all these items and collectibles, but seemingly none of it really matters. There's some items that help really explore the lore, but it's greatly insignificant. In the free roam sections, there's quite a few collectibles and items to look for, and when you find them, there's very little payoff and very little reason to get them. And the reason for it is because the ending, the payoff at the end, is quite insignificant to your entire playtime and to your entire experience. So before we get to the ending portion, or the complaints that I have in the ending portion, to surmise, items, collectibles, while some really expresses good lore to help us better understand the story, a lot of it could have been condensed and shortened. Free roaming sections could have also been shortened. There's a lot of things in this game that seem to superficially create a longer runtime than actually have it feel organic and meaningful, that pay off well at the end. I want to talk about music. Music was really good when they had original music. When they didn't have original music, I would say it's a toss-up, and really it's a toss-up to preference of mood than it is story. And I think that's sort of the stuff that I really struggle with when it comes to adding lyrical music that is not necessarily written for your game, but rather they're just really interesting songs that you like, or songs that you think fit into your game, and so you include them. Now, I want this criticism to be more of just how music plays out in the story, the lyrical music that is, rather than just like the music itself. Like whether the song is good or bad, that's not, I don't want to make a call on that. My main complaint with the music in general is original songs that were designed for the game, created specifically for the game. They really fit well, and they did its work in creating that really interesting atmosphere. When they were lyrical music, again separate from the game itself, it comes off very much like a CW-like feel, where it's very hammy, it's corny, it's just it feels out of touch, and sometimes in climactic high points can really pull you out of that and deteriorate the scene as a whole. At least I felt that way. I played it in the alternate music and the original music, I guess you could say. So the original tune, in case you were wondering, is like a bunch of copyright songs. Not a bunch, actually. There's only like 1 or 2 copyright songs that I can recall. I would imagine it's for the tracks that they couldn't really get licensed for. I guess they have license for. You know, it's really strange. Like, as an aside, okay, so the alternate music is for, you know, streamers or content creators in general, but you still get copyright claims on them. I still have some videos that are hanging in terms of copyright claim, and some of my videos have very quickly, you know, dropped that claim, and some of them still have them. Just aside. Gameplay wise. So I was really excited to replay the game, and you hear that from me many times throughout the episodes. As I'm going through the game, I'm just thinking about the different ways that we can interact with the scene, different outcomes, how a scene could play out, how different characters could treat each other, how relationships can change. However, as I mentioned earlier, the design for the Quarry and the Dark Pictures anthology are quite similar in terms of archaic design decisions, especially when it comes to accessibility and replayability. Earlier I was like, oh, I can't wait to replay the game, but as you learn how the replay function works in this game, it can really kill that momentum for you. So one of the things that I find really disappointing with story-based or narrative-based games in general is accessibility and chapter selection and section selection, I guess you could call them, so things within chapters. Just really allowing the player to investigate different elements of your story through the game itself. Without proper foresight on the developer's end, it can make the replayability portion of the game just unapproachable. There are a lot of genres like the FMV title space and even games that are similar to Supermassive games like Quantic Dreams, the games that they create. It's really a toss-up when it comes to replayability. You'll have a mix where there'll be some FMV games that allow you to have a skip function. So after you complete a game, you can skip certain scenes until you get to a choice. You can just replay from that choice, and it's a very quick thing to do. You work within the save that you're playing on already. In the case of like Detroit Become Human, a much more sophisticated game in terms of how it's made than anything actually Supermassive games when you think about it. When it comes to replayability, oh my goodness, like Detroit Become Human is just so far ahead and away to a lot of narrative games when it comes to replayability, because they add chapter selections, they add scene selections within those chapters, they give you a tree to look at, the possibilities, this could lead you there, that kind of thing, different branching routes that you can visualize. Like, there is a lot of thought and care displayed when it comes to demonstrating, like, we have a lot of choices in this game, we want you to play it through. When we think back to like just the Dark Pictures anthology, not even the Quarry, it is a struggle to sometimes replay these games. So let's just take the Quarry, for example, in this whole thing. How is it different than, let's say, Detroit Become Human or many other FMV games that allow for a skip functionality for replayability? Well, simply put, once you've completed the game, you can chapter select from your save file, but then from that save file, once you choose a chapter, you have to play through the entire game to have that chapter selection component. So for example, if you just want to make one decision, or if you just want to see one outcome, you have to replay from a significant portion. It can be very, very frustrating just to see if certain actions have consequences later on and not have to play 10 hours of it just to find out. Yeah, and there's also no sense of replaying a chapter. So let's say you accidentally make a decision that you didn't want to make and you wanted to redo it immediately after. There's no way to do that simply by the design of the game, because once you go back on a chapter selection, you have to play it through. That chapter selection process is just gone. There's also no skip functionality. You can't skip a cutscene to get to a choice. You have to just watch the whole thing over again. Oh, and the chapters. I didn't even realize it until replaying the game, but the chapters are so freaking long. Like, inexcusably long, and why they aren't divvied up into sections blows my mind. And I've only really thought about that when replaying it, because when I was playing it the first time through, I was like, okay, cool, we're in chapter 1, we're in chapter 2. But when you want to replay the game to experience different elements of the game, you're like, oh my god, these chapters can stretch on to like an hour. It can really hamper your experience. After the third playthrough, I found it best to just Google and watch YouTube videos of certain scenes and outcomes, because let's face it, like, why would you spend 10 hours at a time to just revisit like one decision or change one element of like chapter 2 in a 10 chapter game? It's not worth your time. In fact, the story, if we're really thinking about it through a critical lens, is not good enough to warrant that many hours from you. I'm not even talking about me, I'm talking about you guys, okay? I'm looking out for you. I'm your homie. I'm on your corner. I'm on your side. When you couple that with a poor payoff in the end, and I don't want to get too much into the narrative aspect of this, because that is a whole other video on its own. But I mean, the scene, it felt like to me how it ends is like Mass Effect 3 kind of ending, where you just get a bunch of like stills, that like tell you this is what happens, this is who lived, this is who died. You made this choice, this happened. It's, for me, it felt insignificant. It wasn't, I didn't like the ending. I don't like how it's done. I didn't feel like, I felt like I participated a lot in the story and got very little out of it. Relationships and all those things that say like, oh, this character feels this way and this character feels that way.
Tell us how you really feel.
You know what? I'll tell you how I really feel. Listen.
Damn, I feel played, dude. I feel like, I feel played like a fiddle. None of that matters. None of that really matters. I mean, there may be one character or two characters that have like a relation, like how they feel may dictate like a scene or two later on, but all that's fluff. And I think that's where it really bugs me, is that I feel like shortchanged in a lot of ways, because the game has you believing there's a lot more depth than there really is. What this game ends up doing is that it railroads you to a certain point, but it gives you the illusion of choice in a lot of ways. And again, I don't feel like that's a bad thing. I just feel like there should be payoff there. Anyways, I think my cold is ruining my thoughts. That's what I think. The Quarry, 1 out of 10. It's a good score. It's a good game. It was fun. Thanks for watching. You've all been the best. Appreciate you. Just want to say, got a lot of new viewers because of the Quarry, and I appreciate that. And that's it. That's all I gotta say to you. All right? I don't know how to end. And I will try to drink some NyQuil and then go to bed. Bye-bye.